Welcome in everyone to Let's Talk Utes. Today we are ranking the games Utah plays this year by order of difficulty and percentage we're going to win it on a tier list. We have put the games in order, starting with SUU. SUU, of course, is Southern Utah. They're an FCS team.
Yeah.
Utah's not losing that game.
Not much to talk about.
Not really much to talk about.
Yeah,
There's just no
that's the easiest one of the day.
Yeah, and like that'll be a great tune-up game, and I respect SUU a lot, but that Utah is not losing that game.
I mean, 73-3 last time we played. So.
Okay, going into Utah State, this is a rivalry game that has not been played in a while.
Week 2 Baylor.
Week 2 Baylor. Sorry, excuse me, I got it mixed up.
Yeah.
Baylor last year, of course, Utah beat them on a road with a fourth quarter comeback while all their quarterbacks were injured. I'm expecting this Utah team this year to be a lot better, and I'm expecting the Baylor team to be pretty similar to how they were this year. I would say that this is not quite in the 80% category, but I'd say the greater than 60%. I'd give it about a 75% chance.
Really?
That's interesting. I would give it a greater than
80%.
Playing at home.
Yeah,
I really like Utah's chances here.
This is another game where I think Utah's really going to be out there showing out. I mean, the first Big 12 opponent as a Big 12 team.
Yeah.
And so I think this is going to be a game where they're going to.
I think it's an above 80.
Put
I
it in
agree.
80 then. You guys overruled me. Okay, moving on to Utah State, as I said before, rivalry game. Maybe not the most competitive rivalry, I'll say, but still some passion there.
Got all the brothers.
Yeah, Utah State also did just fire their head coach due to, scandalous behavior recently. They've had extensive portal losses. This one for me is either 100% or greater than 80%.
For me, I have it in the 100% just because of they've had so many transfers, firing the coach. I don't think Utah State keeps this one close.
I still think in a rivalry game, I'm probably going to put it in the greater than 80% category just because you never know.
For me, before the head coach situation, it was greater than 80. Now with head coach situation, I think it is 100%. So I have it at 100.
Overruled me again.
Here's the biggest game of the season.
Yeah, the initial Big 12 game, obviously going on the road to Oklahoma State. This is a tough game. Oklahoma State brings back a lot of players. Many media people have picked them to be among the contenders for the Big 12. I think that Utah is, favored according to Vegas here. I would go 50-50 for me.
I'm split between 50-50 or greater than 60. I don't think it's like 75%, but I do think it could be a little greater than 60. I like Utah's roster a lot this year. But first game on the road, looking at our schedule, this is likely the hardest game of the season.
Yeah, so
I'm going to agree with you on 50-50.
It is the second game on the road, Utah State, but
yeah.
first Power 5 opponent on the road this year. First Big 12 game, the inaugural game. I do say 50-50 is probably fair.
Yeah, I like that.
Probably another
Arizona, another hard one. If this was on the road, this would maybe be my only less than 50% chance because I think that Arizona on the road is a tough game, especially in that heat. But since it's at home, I think I'm leaning towards either 50-50 or the greater than 60% chance. I think it is a right around a 60% chance, maybe more for Utah.
I agree.
I like the
my
greater
complete
than
thought.
60 for this one just because we are at home.
And we've only lost one game in the last 5 years at home. That's just
what I'm
the fact.
exactly.
To Washington. No, to Oregon. One of the best Oregon games.
We had egregious injuries.
And that Oregon team was a juggernaut, too.
Yeah.
Still the best team in the country.
So greater than 60. Arizona State, they are a Power 5 team. I do respect them, but they're not going to beat Utah.
Yeah.
Even on the road, I think that maybe that makes it from being a 100%er, but it's definitely a greater than 80%.
It depends once we know the time of kickoff.
8:30 p.m. It's 8:30 p.m.
I'm putting it at 80%. I can't go 100.
Yeah, I can't go.
I agree. TCU.
TCU is at home for Utah. I think TCU is being slept on a little bit this year and underrated. I think that they're a good team, and I'll go in the greater than 60%.
I'm going to go greater than 60 as well, but a slightly easier game than Arizona.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I probably would have them greater than 80, but I think greater than 60 is definitely respectable.
Okay, Utah on the road at Houston. Houston's not projected to be very good this year, but again, it's on the road. I feel similar thing to the Arizona State game. I'm probably going to go greater than 80%.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not much opinion there.
Not a ton for me to say there. I totally agree with you.
This is probably for me the only Power 5 team that will play that I'm 100% confident in winning. I think Utah's, especially after the the comments from Cam Rising. He wants to play that game big. I think Utah's going to play this game
Yeah.
hard and put the pedal to the metal
Yeah.
and really blow them out.
Yeah, frankly, at home versus an extremely bad team, this is a 100% for me.
Agreed. Because when you think about it, like 70 out of 70 in recruiting for Power 5, their team got worse from last year. They may only have 1 to 2 wins this year. There's just no way Utah's losing at home to a team this bad.
Yeah. Okay, Colorado. I think on the road, this is a little bit of a frisky game, I would say. I
Yeah.
think that Utah has a lot more talent than Colorado does, but
Mhm.
Colorado with a quarterback that good on the road, that's a scary one to
I
me.
agree
That's
with
one
you.
that, you're looking over your shoulder a little bit.
My only question mark is will Shedeur Sanders be on the field? Just because is this offensive line going to be any good again?
Yeah.
The same thing that happened last year.
I can't go 50-50.
I think
I don't think it's as
60%.
hard of a game as Oklahoma State or one coming up, but I will go 60.
Yeah, I'll go 60 too. Iowa State at home. I think they do have some talent
I do think it's easier than Arizona, TCU, or
in
Colorado,
Colorado.
though.
I agree, but I also think it's harder than Baylor, Arizona
Yeah,
State, or Houston.
agreed.
Probably the
Um,
top of 80.
Top of 80. So I mean, if I had to pick, I would be like 75%.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, it's at home. It's more. It's gonna be 80. Put it in the
Yeah.
80.
I'll
I
put
mean,
it right at 80.
a young quarterback coming into University of Utah
Agreed.
at right
Just
tackle, it's
never
going to be
really
And
hard.
know.
their strength is running, and Utah has an incredible run defense.
Yeah. See, for me, this is the next one. UCF is a really tough game. I think
Agreed.
UCF is sneaky. It's on a short week, last week of the year.
Black Friday.
Potentially things could already be wrapped up vis-a-vis, conference title race kind of stuff.
UCF
Yeah.
could be competing
UCF
for a
could be
conference
competing for
title
it.
spot.
For me, this is the hardest game of the year. I'm putting this in the 50-50 category.
For me, I'm honestly going to Florida. It's going to be a long, long flight. Again, short week. I honestly have them probably less than 50 here. Truthfully, I think UCF is really dang good. KJ Jefferson's awesome. This is the only game where I
Yeah.
truly see Utah
It's hard for
having
me.
a hard time.
It's hard for me to put Utah in a less than 50 because they will be favored in every single game this year. The
Agreed.
lines have already come out for Oklahoma State in their favor.
Yeah.
And
I will say for me, I'm a little different opinion. I think UCF's good, but I do think Utah has a significantly better roster. They're right at about 60 for me.
So I think it falls to
Maybe one of the
50-50
harder
there.
games. So
let's
it
put it in the
falls
50-50 then. Yeah. Perfect.
Well, that's our
that was our ranking for, the likelihood of winning or losing each game. Yeah, we didn't put one that Utah would be favored to lose because I don't think they'll be favored to lose any game this year. I think that's just, according to Vegas, that's what the models will say.
obviously the big two games that are most likely for the loss is the Oklahoma State, it's the UCF.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Utah got quite lucky where a couple of their road games versus Arizona State and Houston are against teams that are terrible. So
Yeah.
they get a couple of easy road W's, so you don't have to worry about road as much. The schedule turned out very favorably for them.
I will say one thing about the UCF game. At that point of the season, Utah could be rolling really well with maybe 1 or 0 losses, and UCF could have maybe had a bit of a letdown year with like 3 or 4 losses at that point. I think at that point that game becomes easier.
Well, and what if they're 8-3 for a spot in the Big 12 championship? Utah's 10-1 has it locked up. Then
Yeah.
maybe Utah doesn't
You
even
don't
show
know.
up. Really.
Yeah, but that also that's if we're 10-1 at that point, we're fighting for positioning for the playoff
For the
at that
possible
point.
playoff.
Yeah.
Because you risk
Because if
losing
we
that game going 10-2 and then losing the conference title
Exactly.
getting left out as an
I do think the more I think about it, I think the UCF game is going to be more important, and it's not going to be as we got locked up. I think no matter what, we're going to play big there. I think UCF is going to play big there. I'll get interesting rivalry week. Like, is this something? Is this like they're trying to put it together, or is this kind of how it worked out for the scheduling this year? I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I do think also UCF being that G5 coming in, they're really good. I think they'd be really awesome. But that the toughness of a Power 5 or Power 4, schedule does hurt. And who knows how healthy they could be.
Yeah.
Same thing with Utah, though. That's also another question mark.
Slight tangent. If you guys could choose one game right now, guaranteed win, what game would you choose?
I would choose the Oklahoma State game.
I would choose Oklahoma State as
I
well.
think just starting off on the right foot in
Yeah.
the Big 12.
If
if you could guarantee you
if you could
Oklahoma,
guarantee
it's
a win.
Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
It's Oklahoma State for me.
Yeah.
I think losing any other, if we lose the UCF game, like That's the one
It
loss.
could end up not mattering much if we lost the UCF game. You never want to lose a game, obviously.
Yeah,
But
but
it
like
could
to
end up being
set
a
off the
less
tone
impactful.
right, that's what I would prefer.
Yeah,
Set off the tone right first
completely
game.
agree.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, if you have
Awesome.
any other, if you disagree with us, please let us know. If you're a fan of, say, you're a fan of Iowa State, and like we're completely disrespecting them, let us know in the comments. We'll love to reply. We'll love to hear your opinions.
Yeah.
Just let us know, guys.
We love football. We love playing football. We love watching football. It's going to be fantastic. Please like, comment, and subscribe below. And, pay attention to our new videos coming out. Thank you.